Is it the member's maiden speech? It's the member's maiden speech. Now, don't interrupt your own member now. Continue, honourable member.
Minister, we as the residents of the Highveld area in Mpumalanga are very angry, frustrated, disillusioned, and very unhealthy. Our constitutional rights are being violated. The Constitution states that everyone has a right to the environment that is not harmful to their health or well-being. However, people living in the Highveld area of Mpumalanga are surrounded by 12 polluting coal-fired power plants owned by Eskom. Last year, Greenpeace announced that Mpumalanga is the global #1 hotspot of nitrogen dioxide emissions due to these plants. In 2007, this area was declared the Highveld priority area as it was identified as one of the hotspots of poor air quality. 5 years later, the then Environmental Affairs Minister published an air quality management plan. In 2019, another 7 years later, very little has been done to change the deadly air quality of the Highveld, as people are suffering and dying. After a full 12 years of delivering nothing meaningful, the government has failed to improve the deadly levels of air pollution, and as a result, the Highveld suffers from the most dangerous air pollution in South Africa. We are angry and rightfully frustrated by promises and plans made with no implementation, no execution, no enforcement of these plans. The violators and polluters have faced zero consequences for blatantly disregarding the environmental laws of their own companies. We are disappointed and angry with government for not enforcing and ensuring these companies are kept accountable to the basic standard of compliance. 12 years, Minister, when will that review of air quality plans that you talked about earlier be completed? Minister, 14 years, old Tumelo misses school regularly due to ill health and struggling to breathe. What if it was your daughter? Lifa Pelican, who uses an inhaler a couple of times a day. What if he was your son? His respiratory problems started when he moved to eMalahleni, but when they moved away with family, they have no problems. The tragedy is that residents are stuck in this toxic area because this is where they can find employment. But at what cost? It is important to consider the impact of health on unemployment. Workers that are consistently sick are absent from work and eventually lose their jobs. Minister, do you know what happens when you go to the doctor? He tells you to leave town. Why do the residents have to choose between an income and their health, between immediate survival from a job versus your health and long-term survival? Government should be ashamed of themselves. What is the use of spending resources on reporting on air quality and monitoring if there is no accountability in the enforcing and execution of big polluters? Minister, your responsibility is to ensure that our air is clean and that the lives of our people are healthy and safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Member. The next speaker is the Honourable Modise.